How's it going, gamers? Chongo here, and today I've got a gameplay commentary for you guys. The gameplay is of Gears of War Judgment on the Xbox 360, and today's commentary topic is going to be about the always-on new Xbox drama that's been going around recently. So anyway, let's get into it. So if you haven't heard what happened, this is basically it. A Microsoft creative director tweeted, "Sorry, I don't get the drama around always having a console always online. Every device is now always on. That's the world we live in. Hashtag deal with it." And then someone from BioWare, I think it was a game designer, said, "Did you learn nothing from Diablo 3 or SimCity? You know some people's internet goes out right. Deal with it is a shitty reason." Then the Microsoft creative director basically said something along the lines of electricity goes out too. So the game designer from BioWare replied and basically said, "You've lived in very well connected areas in terms of internet. Try living in somewhere that doesn't have as good as internet." And then this Microsoft creative director basically replied, "Why on earth would I live there?" So this to me is just unbelievable. I can't believe someone who is in a position, who's got a Twitter account, he's not really a PR person, but just the fact that you work in a company, you have to realize what you're saying is going to be interpreted by customers. So for him saying that is probably the stupidest decision he's ever made, and I'm not actually sure if he'll keep his job after saying something like that. Also, his Twitter account is now locked, so either he locked it himself or someone at Microsoft said, "Lock your tweets," because what you're saying is stupid. So I don't understand why he thought that would be a good idea to say that stuff. Obviously, he's someone who's just high up and doesn't really think about what he's saying, and there's basically been a massive backlash because back when there was a rumor about the Xbox 720 always being on, it was just that, a rumor. It wasn't confirmed or anything like that. Even though it is still not confirmed, considering they haven't announced the Xbox 720 yet, the fact that a Microsoft designer has said that sort of says to me that the Xbox 720 will need to be always on. Now, this isn't a problem to me, as I've said in previous commentaries, but it just sucks for people who don't have bad internet, and I seriously don't see the point of having it needing to be always on. So hopefully they'll change this, and I'm thinking they might, because they haven't actually announced the Xbox 720 yet, and they are already behind on the console race against PlayStation 4. So it's quite bad position for Microsoft to be in, the fact that they're losing before they've even announced a console. So PlayStation 4 will definitely win this if they decide to go with always online for Xbox. I don't see why, with all this outcry, they'd still go ahead. Considering they haven't announced it yet, it'd be quite easy to change it so it's not always on, and my guess is that's what they'll do, because if they continue along this path, there's going to be a lot of people with bad internet or people who have no internet that will have no purpose buying this Xbox because they can't connect. And if it's, I think there was some rumor going around that after about 3 minutes, if you're not connected to the internet while playing the new Xbox, it'll like lock you out. So I'm thinking, even if you've got bad internet that drops out constantly, it would just get annoying and you wouldn't really want to purchase a console like this. Now, I've had my Xbox for about 6 to 7 years and I have enjoyed it. However, now I'm more of a PC gamer and I don't really see myself getting the next Xbox due to all these things that are being said about it that don't really sound good. So personally, I'm going to either upgrade my PC to get a better graphics card or maybe get the PlayStation 4 if the price is there. But I really think Microsoft will change their opinion on this due to the outcry. I mean, back when the previous Xbox was released, YouTube wasn't as big as a thing as it is now. Whereas back when previous consoles were announced, there wasn't really any presence on YouTube or a way for consumers to, or customers, to basically connect with a business and say, "Hey, look, we don't like what you're doing." And same with Facebook and Twitter and all that. Whereas now, we have a way to communicate with Microsoft, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft would be having meetings right now discussing whether they should keep it or whether they should dump it. And my guess is they'll go with dumping it just because of the outcry they're getting at the moment. I mean, you could just scroll through a YouTube comment section on like an IGN news video about this and see everyone saying, "I'm going with PlayStation 4," even before the next Xbox is even announced. So anyway, guys, this brings me out of my commentary. I'd be very surprised if Microsoft decided to keep the always-on feature in their new Xbox, considering the outpour and outcry that's happened at the moment. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you've got any comments about the next Xbox or the Microsoft Creative Director or anything about always-on or anything like that, put it down below, and if you want to join the Gamerhood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.